Philadelphia's Department of Human Services has a bold vision for next year. Waleska Maldonado, Deputy Commissioner for Community-Based Prevention Services, is here to talk about it. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure. Now, for those who may not know, what is the Department of Human Services about and what do they do?
So the Department of Human Services is the Philadelphia County's Child Welfare and Juvenile Justice Agency. Our mission is to ensure children's safety, making sure that there is no child abuse, neglect, or delinquency. So our job, in a nutshell, is to keep Philadelphia's children safe.
Wow. Now, you said two categories of children, public welfare and juvenile
Justice.
Justice. So is that about if they go into the system? So before they're in the system and after they're in the system?
Yes. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to make sure that kids are safe, meaning that they are in homes where they are not experiencing any child abuse or neglect. We also have children or youth that get involved in different acts that put them at risk of delinquency. So our job is also to ensure that those kids are safe and are provided with the best possible service.
Now, what are the goals for DHS next year?
So we have some aggressive goals. Our first goal is to ensure that we're able to reduce the number of children that are in our care. And our second goal is to reduce the number of youth that are living in residential facilities. We want to get that goal to 9% or lower. So we have some ambitious agenda to work with families in Philadelphia County to ensure that we're giving them stabilization, particularly around making sure that they have the resources to ensure that the children are safe from child abuse and neglect. What we definitely want to make sure that we do is that we divert those families from coming into our system. We don't want those families in our system, so we rather give them the resources and necessary services that they need so that they could keep their children within their homes.
So would those services include Section 8, food stamps, or is that a part of the services that you guys want?
So the idea is that we want to be able to create a system of care whereby we are giving case management that alleviates and also support the families to be able to learn how to navigate social and economic systems so that they are stabilized. When I'm talking about social and economic systems, I'm talking about help around making sure that they do know how to go and obtain child welfare systems, making sure that they have access to food stamps, making sure that they have access to medical care, making sure that they understand how to get benefits that can support them to ensure that their family and their household is stabilized.
How, as far as the agenda, how are you expecting to reach these goals?
So our department gets over 30,000 calls in a year. Our job is to monitor those calls to make sure that there is no sign of child abuse or neglect. If there isn't any sign of child abuse and neglect, what we do is that we have a system of providers that are actually in the community. And those providers, we call them case managers. Those case managers' job is to work with those families by giving them the tools that are necessary for them to be able to navigate different systems, them to be able to have the different resources at home that could ensure the safety of the kids.
Okay, so with talking about the case manager, so if someone, I know you said y'all want to do prevention, so if somebody actually gets into the system, so is there like a middle ground? You get the phone call and then y'all try to do some evaluation to prevent them from actually getting officially in the system. What's that process?
Exactly.
So they first get the call, then they kind of get on probation, or what's the process?
So the idea is that, so we get, like I said, we get over 30,000 calls. The main thing that we do is we need to investigate, the root of the cause as to why that phone call come in. Once we investigate that, the root cause, we want to look to figure out, what is it, are the children safe? Our job is to make sure that the kids are safe. In doing that, we send out, teams to go out and visit the home, make an assessment of the home. And what we want to do is prevent them from coming into formal child welfare. In preventing them from coming into child welfare, we're able to offer an array of services. And those services include case management. It includes making sure that they have housing resources, making sure that if they need parenting skills and/or classes, that we're able to give them that. Making sure that if they need out of school time services for their kids, that we're able to engage them. But at the end of the day, we want to be able to give them the tools that they need so that we can prevent them from coming into formal child welfare.
This is awesome because I know that the red flag is, okay, maybe the child's not eating, but there are services to make sure that they eat, or maybe the home is not conducive, but there are services to assist with that.
Exactly.
That is great. Now, as far as once they get into the system, do you separate just the home and those children that may have been adopted or placed already? Are they two separate systems, or is it the same?
It depends. So we have some kids that come into our system because there is a sign of abuse. So our job is to figure out, where is it that this child is going to be the safe, he's going to be the most safe. So we are able to work with, immediate family. We're able to also work with, if the immediate family is not available to, to help us support the child, then we have what we call resource parents. In addition to that, then we also have other settings in which, we could also place that child. At the end of the day, our job is to ensure that that child or that kid is safe. So we do everything that is necessary to ensure that the child is safe. In the meantime, we're also working with the family because we want to make sure that that household is stabilized. At the end of the day, what we're looking at is we're looking for, to make sure that we're able to place that child back into his or her household as long as the child is safe. So we do that by making sure that the families are given the supports and the education that is needed to stabilize them. And if we deem that the environment and the household is safe, then our job is to make sure that there's timely permanency.
What is the contact number for the Family Empowerment Services?
So we're excited to say that we are going to be opening 2 centers, one in the north and one in southwest. And those centers are going to help us continue to support families. And the number, that we're looking for anybody to call is 215-683-4000. So 215-683-4000.
All right, we only have 1 minute left, so we want to make sure everyone gets the contact information. So if someone sees neglect or witnesses it, what number should they dial for that?
So the easy number is 215-683-4000. They could also call the child line, which is 1-800-932-0313. So 1-800-932-0313.
And what is the website information?
The website is www.phila.gov/DHS.
Well, I thank you for your time. That is our show. Thank you for tuning in to PhillyCam Voices. Make sure that you follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and we'll see you next time.